Making work that reflect a site can be challenging, but I think in the end it's rewarding. I think this one is more clinical than any other works I did before. Clinical in the sense of reflecting on the site. These works is about everything that what Heathcote or Goolugatup is.
Goolugatup Heathcote is a really significant place, and it has been for many thousands of years for Indigenous people, but it also has a mixed history to do with it being a mental health hospital. And one area that we felt hadn't been explored was the experience of Indigenous patients who were brought from their lands to Heathcote for treatment. Curtis did an amazing job of really tapping into a lot of raw emotion, and you can really see that come through in his work. There's something very powerful about it, but also something very hopeful in the way that Curtis has interpreted that history.
My name is Curtis Hanna. I'm this year's tilt artist. Yeah, I try not to, tie myself down as a visual artist, I'm just like, oh, well, I can work with any mediums. Labels, I don't like it. Doubtlessly there, the river, pretty beautiful place. What really makes you better, besides all the Western medicine, is country. Country make you better, make you heal. That's what we believe and we still hold today. People would be camping all along the Doubtlessly, all along the Swan River. And that's a story about, they'd build their shacks if they were visiting patients here, or their family members come from rural areas and live in those shacks, go fishing on the river. So I came down here on the banks of the Doubtlessly, Swan River, to get sand. And I think, that prana, really important, grounds you to wherever the place you're working with or you're living, and you have that connection to the earth. Yeah, I think the sand represents water, country, belonging, where you come from. Yeah, that shack that I put in the gallery was kind of inspired by those stories about, people living free on the river. The bark paintings was just a different medium that I never worked with before, and it was interesting to learn about the history and the story about that. We don't know if he was a patient or a family member that came here, that go door knocking all around Applecross to sell their bark paintings. Came down here and then strip all the bark painting. I thought it was a really good connection, coming from this place. These works about the site and what it means to people here. Hunting around, drinking on the river. People would go out and get fish in this place. These works are inspired by Polish artist Zedinsky. They're self-portraits of me and story about addiction, about hurt, about pain, my arm, my vein, and the blood that runs through our bodies. Yeah, it's about trying to get better. That's what the bandages represent, I guess, getting better, being hurt, but also trying to get better. I guess this is the way of how I'm talking about my my problems. So those works are kind of personal to me and my struggles. I'm not person to talk about, my feelings in the open, but, through art, I brought it out, and that's how I kind of, talk about what I'm going through. I was, really honored to have this work here. It's a Coolaman dish, placenta in the middle, my son's placenta. That work I made wasn't for a show or anything. Originally I made it for John Stringer Prize, but they had to take it out because of biohazard. But we put it in this one here because it's in a sealed room. Yeah, it's still bleeding, still alive. It's entitled Wittily. Wittily is a long way from your natural habitat, and that placenta is a long way from home. Yeah, so that room with the paperwork and the bunk bed is about electric shock treatment that people used to receive here at the site. So in the audio you can hear experiences from people, memories. Oh, this paperwork, I think, comes from the site, and I really wanted to, make sure that, just these works that has a sense of belonging, has materials from the site. That video works is a personal one. I shot it here in the studio, and but that story about struggles, what people have with their addiction, whether it be alcoholism or other substances. I don't really talk about my problems or anything, but through art, another way for me to counsel myself, I guess. When you're under drink mainly, and you don't care about people, but you don't, think about your actions, and sometimes you burn a lot of people, and that's what I've been doing. Been hard. Wide variety of mediums, that I work with, but this one, it's very different. And, I haven't done a work about, site-specific. This first time, the show was good. I'm really happy with it. It's very different to anything I've ever done before. My country, healing, because that's where I come from. That's where all my family comes from. I've been there and grew up there, and when I go out to that area, I'm healed. I was thinking about this a lot, and that if you want to get better spiritually and in your health, you got to be around country. And this here, being situated and seeing, this beautiful view and trees and nature all around, makes people healthy, So that's what I viewed Heathcote as.